York's classic rock, Q1043.
Gilbert Gottfried is with us here at Q104.3. Good morning, Gilbert.
Yeah, I'm not in New York right now. Can you somehow send me a breakfast?
What would you like, Gilbert? What's your choice if you were with us?
There hasn't been, in the years that I've been on this show, there has never been a good breakfast.
Well, it would be cold by the time it got to you.
Yeah.
You're up in the Berkshires, right?
For now, it keeps changing. I'm moving.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well. Anyway, Gilbert, last week we suddenly started getting these announcements on our show for Cameo.com, and they were talking about how you can get these personalized messages from actors and musicians and athletes and comedians as a perfect Mother's Day gift. And Mother's Day is coming up this weekend. And when we got those announcements, the first thing I thought about was you, because you told us about this Cameo thing quite some time ago. You were the very first person to ever mention it to us.
Once again, I was ahead of everything. People should listen to me a lot more often. Once ahead. Once I was ahead again. And yeah, it's Cameo. I send out personalized greetings. Cameo.com/Gilbert Gottfried.
Now, you were among the very first to participate in Cameo, right?
Yes, everyone else was afraid.
But now there's thousands. Now there's thousands of people on it. Thousands.
Yes, and they owe their livelihood to me.
But we hear that you're like one of the top most popular people on Cameo.
It means they don't know anybody else on it.
No. That's not true.
No,
there's a lot of surprisingly big names on it.
Oh, there's a lot of big names on it, and you're one of them. Now, when you make a personalized video, like what kind of information do you get? What do you do with it?
It varies. Sometimes they'll tell me, "Can you call this guy a?" And I don't think I can say that word on the air. And sometimes Happy Mother's Day, things about my favorite are when they just give me something they want me to read.
Why is that your favorite?
Because you just pick it up, read it. It's kind of like why I like doing voiceovers. You just sit there in the chair, look at your script, and read it.
So is that the majority? Is that the majority?
No, it varies. Some people want me to read something, and others, they just want me to say Happy Mother's Day, Happy Birthday, Happy.
But Gilbert, aren't there people who want to tap into your comedic genius and bond with it in a special way?
Yes, and I do that. I'll come up with, I'll do jokes on different topics they'll give me, and yeah.
Do they ever want you to perform any of the movie roles that you've done through the years?
Oh yeah. Because they'll ask for lines from Aladdin a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll ask every now and then for a line from when I was Sidney Bernstein in Beverly Hills Cop 2.
Ooh, there's going to be a new Beverly Hills Cop. Have they called you yet?
Not so far, but I'll be waiting for the next 10 years or so.
Does anyone ever request the Aristocrats joke?
Yeah, I've done some personalized Aristocrats where I put their names in.
Oh my God! Funniest joke ever told.
Oh
my God!
That one wouldn't be good for Mother's Day. No, that one would not be good for Mother's Day. What about other characterizations? Because you're a comedian, but you take on different persona.
Sometimes they've asked me to do, my Dracula imitation, my old Groucho, which the old Groucho is, in my day, we used to work in a theater, and the theater was a place where you'd stand on the stage and people would watch you. And I do stuff like that.
Well, you are, shall we say, expert at cinema history.
I guess so. I would never say it because I don't know what it means, but
I've heard other people say it about you, that you are like a wealth of historic information about the movies.
yeah. When I was growing up, the best film school in the country was in your bed, not your bedroom, in your living room. And it's like then they used to have movies on all the time. And it would be like, I remember, like, I think Channel 5 in New York had all the, Gangster, Bogart, Cagney, and Robinson, and people like that. And then I think 9 and 11 would have like the old horror movies.
Well, Channel 9 had the $1 Million movie.
Yes.
They used the theme from Gone with the Wind.
Oh, was that? Da, 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 da.
Yes. And now
Hey,
the $1 Million movie.
Gilbert, what is your favorite movie of all time? Do you have one?
I don't have one. There's so many I like. And I just remember there was another movie that was, the late night movie. And it used to go, da, 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 da.
Yeah, that was Channel 2.
Yes.
That was Channel 2 had that. And Channel 7 had the 4:30 movie in the afternoon in the pre-Oprah days.
Go ahead.
No, and what about like pre-code movies? Do you know about those? Do you ever see any of those?
Yeah, they they started cracking down on movies and just, Hollywood back then. It's like, you think of like rock stars and actors now, but boy, they were having like orgies and stuff.
And then came the code in 1931. Yeah. That was the end of that.
And of course there was Fatty Arbuckle.
Yeah, well, we don't want to get into that. That would be kind of like asking you to do the aristocrats, except someone dies.
I remember there was another movie. I think it was the Channel 7 movie of the week. And that was, I found out years later, it was, I always liked the music, and it was music by Burt Bacharach. And they used to go, it's the Channel 7 movie of the week.
Well, Burt Bacharach, one of the great composers of our time, for sure. Yeah. Unusual chord changes and changes in key and measure. It's just unbelievable what he did. But I have read online several times people talking about just the wealth of information about cinema history that's inside the Gilbert Gottfried head, which is a serious side of you that maybe a lot of people don't know.
Oh, we got to get Gilbert to do some movie reviews for us.
A film historian, a real film historian.
Oh, yeah. Like your pick of the week, your classic pick of the week.
But you know what's sad now is it seems like movies, or at least movie going, is over.
For now.
Well, I think it started dying before COVID. It like the idea of leaving your house and going to the movies, it's not what it was. Now everyone's got a million movie stations. They've got.
Yeah, but I like to go to the theater and see a movie on a big screen. And the fake butter on movie
Ugh.
theater popcorn is the best tasting in the world. It's far superior to real butter.
Yeah, it's like, that stuff is can kill you in a second. And that's why it tastes so good.
Well, I guess you're pretty busy with your Mother's Day announcements and your birthdays and stuff. So how do people get you on Cameo again?
Cameo.com/Gilbert Gottfried.
Caroline's is opening up again pretty soon. Can we look forward to seeing you
I
there before too long?
I think I set up a date there, and I don't remember where my life is. Who knows when the date is? But call Caroline's. I have one coming up pretty soon.
Oh,
So you
that's
must be
great.
looking forward to being back on the stage again.
It's so weird. It's because now I've been away from the stage so long that I feel like every now and then a line pops into my head and I go, oh, that's one of my lines. What was the setup to that?
You mean you're forgetting your own routines?
It's so funny. It's like when I was doing it constantly, it's like I could be asleep doing my act. And now it's like I go, oh my God, what joke was that?
Well, I can't wait to see you at Caroline's and see all new material and your take on the pandemic and everything else.
Yeah, I'll do jokes on the pandemic.
Yeah, it's been a long time since you've been in trouble, Gilbert. So
Yeah, right. I mean, come on, we're waiting.
I was ahead of the curve on that too.
Yeah, you were ahead of the curve on cancel culture.
Yes.
Yeah, you were first to be canceled.
Yeah, you were one of the first people to get fired for telling a joke. Yeah. From an unrelated job.
Yeah, and it's kind of one of those things where you go, when all that was at its height, you think if Martians landed and said, okay, what's he in trouble for? And well, he's a comedian and he made a joke. And the Martians would be like, well, that's what they're supposed to do, isn't it?
Well, we understand. We understand that.
I liked how Martians in all those old movies, they spoke perfect English.
Mm-hmm.
Not even a regional dialect of their planet. And the Martians would always explain to you, well, we intercepted your radio waves.
Yes, they're hearing you right now, except beyond Mars. Beyond Mars. Do you know the FM radio waves they don't follow the curvature of the Earth like AM radio waves do. When the Earth curves, they just go out into space and they go out there infinitely. So at the speed of light. So somewhere billions of miles away, somebody is hearing you on the Howard Stern show right now. From back years and years and years ago. And trying to figure out what it's all about.
And they're saying, fly this Gilbert Gottfried to our planet so we can fire him.
Anything else planned besides getting back on the stage?
Let's see. Well, I'm still doing Gilbert Gottfried's Amazing Colossal podcast. And on May 13, we have a live one with Weird Al Yankovic.
Oh, nice.
Okay. All right. Well, you have a lot of interesting guests on your podcast. And
they're too, like, because I'm an old monster movie freak. I had on two people that nobody knows by name. And one was Janet Ann Gallo. And she was the little girl who was in Ghost of Frankenstein with Lon Chaney and Bela Lugosi. And she went on and told us about that. And we had on, he's still alive, Donnie Dunnigan. And he was the little boy in Son of Frankenstein with Lugosi and Karloff. And he's still around.
Well, I've got to get in touch with the people that I don't know any of them, unfortunately. I would call them right now. But the people at Turner Classic Movies, they should hire you for a series of, hosting jobs for horror films that they run. That would be a limited series that would be great.
Yes. I was on there once. I was there with the late Robert Osborne.
Oh, he was just so wonderful, Robert Osborne.
Oh, it's funny, when I used to watch that, I liked listening to his segments more than some of the movies that were on. I just liked listening about it. And I was on with him where we sat in the two big easy chairs. And I had to pick 4 movies to present. And I picked, one was Freaks. That was
That's really a bizarre movie. Okay, Freaks.
Very, very. And the other, The Conversation with Gene Hackman.
Mm-hmm. That was set in New York. That was spy stuff.
Oh, yes. Where he's a bugging expert.
Yeah.
And it's also got Harrison Ford and John Cazale and Robert Duvall. And also the original of Mice and Men with Lon Chaney Jr. and Burgess Meredith. And a very odd film I also showed there, Burt Lancaster and the Swimmer.
Yes, Shelley, you know about that movie, don't you?
I vaguely know about it.
He swims through people's swimming pools in their backyards through Connecticut.
Oh, that's my dream.
He imagines it as an invisible river, it forms a real river of swimming pools that he's going to swim his way home by going in each pool.
Wow.
See, I told you, Gilbert Gottfried is an expert on movie history.
Well, you're right.
And you can get a personalized video from Gilbert at cameo.com/Gilbert Gottfried. And happy Mother's Day to you, Gilbert.
Oh, wait, Gilbert, one more question. Has anyone requested your 50 Shades of Grey reading for Mother's Day?
Oh, yeah. They've asked for that, too.
I love it.
That's one of the funniest videos ever.
Yes.
That's for those of you who don't know, it's Gilbert Gottfried's dramatic reading of the 50 Shades.
Yeah, you can look that one up on the internet.
It's so much better than any of their movies.
I know. It was far better than any of the movies.
And the movies and the books. Do any men find 50 Shades of Grey even remotely sexual?
I don't know, but enough women did that it made the author a gazillionaire.
Yeah. Oh my God, yeah.
Okay. Don't stop the thing when I say goodbye. So, Gilbert, thank you so much for joining us this morning here at Q104.3. Have a good time in the Berkshires, and we look forward to seeing you here in New York soon.
New York's classic rock, Q104.3.